Okay.
Why are you fighting for these beasts? No matter. You'll die soon. Chill death surrounds. Can you feel your blood begin to freeze? Oh, I am undying.
One-handed mace, bow, sword, scepter. Shackles. That got nerfed, right? Yeah. Bleeding heart. Frozen eyes. I mean, that's a boss-specific drop, so. Doesn't like to go anymore. That's a weird bug. Okay. Okay, so we're finished that one. Fall the Empire. So what did I take? Like 5? I had like 11 at the start, right? Yeah, that may have taken too many. Let's try Frozen Lance. I think this one requires like a little bit less. The other one takes like 800. Okay. Let's piece start again.
Down or die.
Alright, let's see how close we can get, I guess. I think using it on a high tier affix made a difference. 182. Let's use it on this one. 157. Okay, it makes no difference. $50. No, that's for something else. Block effect. 190 on that one. Okay, we done? No, we need one more. Do I have one more? Yes, I do. Screw it, let's use this one then. Okay. Envy's OP.
Oh, come for the lance, have you? Ha! You shall die trying. Ha! This lance will make me a god.
Amulet, relic, quiver, boots. I mean, the amulet one has the best roll, so I guess it's gonna be amulet. Adorned idol. Oh, we got the throne. Cool. Shattered lance. I think all of those drops were good. Do I think Singularity is bad? Well, I'm using it, so that would really be amazing if I thought it was bad. Okay, should we do more Black Sun? I kind of want to do a fresh one so I could cascade. Oh, that's why I have so much cold resist. Yeah, let's do another winter. Go up to the XP there. I think until you get crit really online, Singularity is like amazing. Armor shred is really big. 35. I'd rather go for 1. Full. Okay, you tab. Idols like charms. Well, they have their own inventory space, so I mean, they're kind of like charms, except they have their own inventory space. Yeah. That's T7 Void, but it's on a spear. That's not very useful. Do I like this more than Diablo 4? This game is a lot more depth on the characters. I think the actual gameplay is pretty comparable. But the making of a build is quite cool in this game. I feel in Diablo 4, there's gonna be times, like in Season 5, I'm looking forward to trying to figure out Minion Druid because it has to be somewhat viable. After those stupid wolves getting one-shotted by skeletons, they finally made them invincible with an aspect. Like, literally invincible. So, it might be kinda mid, but it's gonna be viable. No matter what, it's gonna be viable. So going ground up on that is really cool. LPs. Where am I at for vitality? 83. I think I can come pretty close with idols if I drop a lot of health. Fiery shoes. Might go for a crangling on those. Okay, I have to go more left. Oh, sorry, rightward there.
Stand down or die.
Okay. Vitality or attunement? Strength. Okay. Strength is like serviceable. The rest of the item sucks though. He lost the 100 hardcore character to PC freezing.
Stand down or die.
Do you use the evade? Well, no, because evade is crab. Here, have crab. Crab seems to be getting one-shotted a lot here. Yeah. That's probably something bugged, but yeah. Crab. I don't have evade. They have a number of rings that are very powerful and replace your evade with like an ability. Now, this ability is not very good, but the rest of the ring is very good. So no, wrong scepter. Okay, where's my crab ring? I can't do that one. That's a 9. That one is fine. Power up. Your bosses still scale with your power level. They never did that. They had like a dynamic DR mechanic, and they don't have that anymore. They just get like ward periodically, which is probably quite annoying for some builds. But yeah, I think it's okay. Made a forge guard. Oh, bro, you got baited again. Still not 3,000 health. Come on.
Stand down or die.
Something in Denmark? Yeah. I mean, when we travel, we don't really do like meet and greet type stuff. We actually don't even tell people where we're going ahead of time. When we're there, we might do like a few tweets just to share, but generally not. We usually do a pretty packed schedule. Try to make the most of it, so. Does the build feel different than 1.0? Well, it's a lot zoomier. You're also not completely invincible. So yeah, a few changes. I mean, that one is pretty good. I don't really know how I'd fit it in, but it is pretty good. Okay. I guess we can go that way and do the reveal. Challenge rewards, like how PoE does it? I don't think so, but I think if they do, they did like some online only cosmetics last time, I believe. I don't remember. I don't particularly care about cosmetics and stuff. What is that? Armor fit. Yeah, I wouldn't use that. That's the only thing that has killed me. Explosion from Siege Golem. 2 of 2 deaths. Just instant one shot. Okay. I think I'm still gonna do that one. It is a fast clear speed compared to other classes. I mean, I didn't check everybody, but I checked like my favorite 10 streamers and I outleveled all of them. So it's pretty fast, yeah. And a regen. I don't think that's corpse explosion. That's like an artillery shot. Check the ladder. Oh, I'm not online. I guess there's a ladder. Is party play like super efficient in this? I don't know. Curious, I don't know. It was awful last season. Yeah, I don't know. I'd be tied for 8th on the ladder. Pretty funny. What kind of classes are topping it? I think the fastest run speed is like Blade Master, maybe Falconer. Almost, but nope. Red endurance threshold. Endurance threshold is just kind of a weak stat. Ultimately. Devour orb. Strength. Too much effort on that one. 40 cast speed. I thought that was T7, but it's the perfect T6 roll. That's decent. Wouldn't use that.
Yes. Take care.
Blade Dancer is 3 of the top 5, 1 Lich, 1 Warlock. Sorcerer, Falconer. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. They just have like really good run speed. So would I be the top Void Knight? I mean, I'd probably be the top Sentinel. Because both Forge Guard and Paladin are just kind of slow move speed. By a lot? Okay. Well, that's pretty cool, I guess. '87 is the top Void Knight, and he's ranked 22. Okay, I mean that's not by a lot. I think generally more casual players will play offline. So I would expect the online crew to have higher levels if the servers were stable, and people are telling me that they were. And the reason I think so is because of trading. I think most casual players are not going to give a shit about trading, because it's just annoying. But a lot of power gamers will try to like really min-max a character, which can really only be done with trading. Oh yeah, the rewards, the reveal. The reveal ones don't drop any items. COF leveling has been pretty slow, honestly. Fairly disappointing with that. Okay, let's go for the helmet, I think. The helmet. cold resist is 60 over, but I have like 30 something from the blessing. Yeah. And this one replaces that blessing.
Stand down or die.
Belt. Plus 4 multi-strike.
Stand down or die.
I think multi-strike is pretty point hungry. I don't think I'm making another multi-strike character. I already did that. And it had a few issues. Nemesis is 1 in 3 echoes for you. Yeah, that sounds about right. These are not coming in very often. 47. Do I have 0? Okay, we can use removal on this one. Plus 4 javelin. Man, that's kind of cool. I think I might go for a keep on that one.
Yes. Take care.
Okay, how much do I need? 900 for this one. Little steep. I think, if I had to guess, I think Nemesis is about 50% spawn rate in Echoes. But you just don't see all of the map when you do an Echo. I don't think it's 100%, because I've done maps where I have seen all of the map and there is no Nemesis. So, yeah. But I'm seeing it about 1 in 3, maybe 1 in 4. So I think it's probably about 50%. Is the Necro viable endgame? So they nerfed the one big minion builds, and they extra nerfed the Harbinger of whatever. The build that I was playing, which was like multi-minion with Vitality stack and Aura of Decay. That build is completely unchanged, but there's a few new items that are quite good. Like there's that ring now, which is +2 minion skills. It's like for Forge Guard, but I think it's really good for that build too. And on that build, I was like doing 600 corruption quite comfortably. And then I started getting one-shotted. It doesn't normally get one-shotted because I had like 4,000 health. It's just that the vitality gets converted to armor with the Dread Shade. Yeah, it's lagging on this one. What the fuck? So when you're not in Dread Shade, sometimes you get like one-shotted. So yeah, it's about like 600 corruption on like day 2, 3. After that, it's a bit wonky, but that was like solo self-found, no trading, all that stuff. So probably you can push that build well over 1,000 if you min-max it in trade and get like crazy as shit stuff. Will I build Minion Necro? And the reason why I didn't play Minion Necro is basically the best build is, in my opinion, the one that like I literally played last time. With basically no differences. So I didn't really feel like doing that. Okay, that's the thing that has one-shot me. The Siege Golem Artillery Strike. That. Last Epoch or D4. I mean, they're just so different. I would say that Last Epoch and D4 out of the big ARPG games are probably the most dissimilar. PoE2 will ruin Diablo. Well, we'll see. I have a lot of faith that PoE2 will be a slam dunk. Because it's like literally from a lot of the same people that made PoE1. And you might be like, well, obviously. Okay, well, I don't think that's true for Diablo. I've met quite a lot of devs. I'm not going to do a blanket statement, but I haven't met anyone that's worked on both D2 and D3, and I haven't met anyone that's worked on D3 and D4. They're just like totally different teams. Now there might be some people, like I don't know, I don't know everybody, but there might be some people. But generally it's like that. And I think that is a pretty big difference, just to be clear. I think there's a lot of lessons learned with game development, and they're learned best if you learn them yourself. Like, we saw Diablo 4 make a lot of the same mistakes Diablo 3 did. Diablo 4 is kind of shaping up to be its own game. I don't know if it's fair to say that D4 is 3.5. I think it's maybe more fair to say that Diablo 3 was a big miss. Well, D3 tried to do everything different. D3 really showed how good Diablo 2 was. Because Diablo 3 was just, they literally just tried to do everything different. But it turned out that it was better to just do most of the things the same, because D2 had a lot of things right. Blame Jaywith. The thing is, like, before Diablo 3 came out, I was excited to try it. I was really excited to try it because it did so many things different. And I think that pushed into the hype of the game. And at the time, it was like, it was Blizzard's biggest success on launch, right? So you can't say it was like a failure from, you know, investor perspective. And it got a lot of people hyped up because it did things different. It just, like, it didn't really work out. Eh, 13 Weaver is a bit too low.
This is a mercy. Shatter. Behold the rage of winter. Rise, my fallen champions. Aid me.
They get their own shields, really?
This is a mercy.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Shatter. Come, sons of Arthur. Aid me. This is a mercy. I did what I must to protect my people.
Not cold resist. Endurance threshold. I guess we'll do chill on hit for now. I don't have a source of chill. Grim Dawn's changed heaps since I played it. No, I haven't. Oh, Void Knight's super cool. I don't know. There's so many cool, like, classes, but thematically, Void Knight is just so cool. Like, you have literal time travel abilities, and they're not cosmetic. Like, they actually work. Functioning time travel skills in an ARPG. Necrotic resist is bad, but 3 vitality is good. Are there any that I'm not using the resists? There's a void, but I am using that resist actually. So Void Knight has this ability that time travels backwards 4 seconds. And if you want, it can snapshot your health and mana 4 seconds ago. But it'll also snapshot a few other things, I believe, like debuffs. It's also completely instant, but also it's really hard to tell exactly where you were standing 4 seconds ago. So you have to always be mindful of what you were doing 4 seconds ago. Like there, I can just gain on that, right? But if you're not careful, it can actually set you back, or you can get hit by something. So I'm playing this character always knowing where I was roughly 4 seconds ago. But there's also, like, you can spec it to give you a lot of attack speed and movement speed and all that. So it sounds dangerous. Well, it also has like 2 damage multipliers to the target, so it's extremely strong skill. But in general, when there's like something that you need to not get hit by, it's usually pretty local. There's not a lot of abilities that hit like the whole screen. So if you've been pretty conscious of where you've been walking to and from, usually when the boss uses an ability, it's going to use it directly on you. So it's okay to press the button at that point, because you are okay being anywhere except that spot. It doesn't matter if you're like behind him or something, it just doesn't really matter. It's actually really, really good. And there's also an ability that travels forward in time, which is Anomaly. And you might be thinking, how does that work? Well, okay, obviously it's not like going to estimate how much damage the boss is going to do to you. But it travels forward in time for the purpose of buffs and debuffs. And it happens all at once. So you can stack a bunch of debuffs that go off and then snapshot them to happen all at once. You can also play a damage over time build, and if you do, pressing that fast forwards all the damage over time. Now the way that I use Anomaly is I disable the forward in time part, and I use it as a time bubble. And the time bubble gives you pretty significant bonuses and debuffs the enemies around you. Oh, no, Volatile Reversal is way stronger than just 30%. You can get its cooldown to overlap twice. And enemies hit by Void Rifts take damage. So they get hit by Void Rift on arrival and Void Rift on the start. So they take 30 multi twice. And then, yeah, you can overlap it because it's 4 seconds. Like this cooldown's 4.1, but with Anomaly it's 3.2. And I have some pretty mediocre CDR on the gear. I could go quite a bit higher than that. You have to stand near the enemy for Smite Healing Hands to AoE the targets. Yeah, so the Healing Hands damage is not that much because you can't convert it to Void. So it doesn't, the Healing Hands does a pretty low amount of damage. Now I like to spec it so it always targets on me, so it heals me. And there's a few reasons I like that. For one, so I don't kill myself with smite, which you otherwise might. But it's also because the void balls, they rotate around me. And if anything dies around me, they explode on death. So I want things to die around me much more than I want things to die away from me. Because it kind of, like, that thing kind of cascades. Shard. Pretty good also, and that's the new base. Okay, what are we doing here? We got a devotion. That's a terrible roll. I guess we might just throw it in there though. That's 1 LP. I can't throw that one in there. Yeah, alright. Is it bad? I mean, it's so bad. But I don't really have anything better, so yep. Empower, please. The explode on death does not damage you, though. It's part of Devouring Orb. Dexterity with haste on traversal. Kind of cool, I guess. I'm a leg shaker, and my leg shaking shakes the table, which shakes the stand that the camera is on. So sorry about that. I'm a bouncer. $89. I feel like leveling slowed down quite a bit. Yeah, I have 2 combat deaths. Both of them are from Siege Golem Mortar. They both one-shot me. I think we are getting Leech now. So I could drop the Blessing that's giving me Spell Leech. Plus 14. Yeah, plus 14 is actually not too bad. Might be able to do better, but it won't be easy. Can you not get the Insane Ward now? No. That ward has been nerfed significantly. It might still be worth it, but honestly, I kind of doubt it. The main thing with health is that they fixed Leech. So this whole, like, ward mechanic every 3rd health bar on bosses, it's like, why do they do that? They had a system where the more damage you did to the boss, the more DR it would get. But you could, like, 1 or 2 shot the boss before that started taking effect. That's how, like, Harbinger, Necromancers were killing bosses in 1 hit. You basically had to kill them in 1 hit. They didn't have that much health, but when you started dealing damage, basically get a massive damage reduction. Just so you wouldn't, like, instantly crap on bosses. The issue with that is it completely fucked over Leech. Because when they'd have, like, 98% damage reduction, you'd have 98% less life leech. So, the change that they made, so they don't do that anymore. They just have, like, ward. So now life leech is really good. Like, ward, like, big ward got nerfed, small ward is about the same. But it's still really hard to, like, if you have 4k ward and you get hit for 3k, the way you go back to 4k ward is by not taking damage for, like, I don't know, 8 seconds or something? 6 seconds? Like, a while. Life is a lot more, like, malleable now. Especially because they fixed life leech. Especially because Void Knight has shitloads of it. Like, if I take a 3 damage hit, in, like, 1 second, it's just gonna go to full. Maybe even less than that. So, they didn't just nerf ward, they did a few things that effectively buffed health builds as well.
Stand down.
Consumed by the void. Levels just go to 100. I think the only ward mechanic that's still gonna be, like, decent is, like, I think it's called Tainted Heart or something. It's when you cast an elemental or necrotic skill, you sacrifice health to gain ward as a percentage. Because that's kind of like a constant flat amount that you're gaining. It's still pretty good, and that was used on characters that also had a lot of life, and characters can now combat that downside with Leech a lot better. Yeah, Twisted Heart. So those builds are going to be really good hybrid builds, but I can't imagine other builds using ward particularly well. I take that back. The Primalist Cleaver builds are still in full swing because they didn't nerf Berserking. So those are still going to be good, but those are going to be, you know, the old ward playstyle where don't get hit for a while type of thing. But yeah, the only ward build that I think is, like, pretty much unaffected is the Twisted Heart. Like, I think some Rune Masters use that. And I think a few Acolytes use that. The Spell Sword ward builds. Oh, 29 health, hold up. Oh, that's T6 still. Okay. 70 armor, T7. T7 armor. I think that's usable, yeah. Void mace, not a scepter. Okay.
Yes. Take care.
Forge Guard top tier. Forge Guard got a lot of buffs, but Forge Guard was super shit. So it's pretty hard to guess. I played Forge Guard a little bit and it was bad. I tried with the Forge weapons and that was extremely bad. Not only did they not do damage, but they died. And they were dumb. There's probably going to be some decent Forge Guard builds because there's just so many buffs. But I would be really surprised if the good Forge Guard builds include minions. I feel like the minions, they just didn't get buffed enough. Forge weapons are good early. No, they nerfed that. Forge weapons had a base damage of 20. Which, yeah, is really good at low level. But this patch, their base damage went from 20 to 2. So the low level Forge weapons, I mean, they're probably still okay, but they are much worse than before this patch. They said that they should be about the same at high level, but they did nerf Forge weapons at low level. Forge Guard Hammered and is very strong. I don't know, can you really scale the hammers that much?
Stand down or die. Stand down or die.
Yeah, they buffed the base health of the Forge weapons, but I don't know if like a little bit of extra health is enough. What are the red staff in the loot filter to use? Staves are insanely good and they got buffed this patch. So wands were like 80% as good of a staff, and now wands are like 60% as good of a staff. But you can't dual wield wands. So staves are just insane. Like you can get a staff with 700 spell plus void damage and 100 spell damage on it. And it's not that hard to get that. I got pretty lucky with the one that I got so early, but I'm pretty unlucky that I haven't seen an upgrade. Yeah, it's not like PoE or Diablo where they try to make one-handed weapons half as good as two-hander. It's not like that. But you can't dual wield unless you spec for dual wield, which only a few classes can, and there's pretty significant restrictions for weapons. And you take 9% more damage, which is not little, because defense and offense are both finely tuned in this game. There's very few cases where I think dual wield is the way to go. There are a few cases though, but very few. These names are two wands duct taped together. LP Fang. I think Time Glass is really rare. Upcoming PoE League? Well, we don't really know anything. I don't know. Like, I'm subscribed to a lot of PoE content creators, and they're like, "Oh my god, new league, best thing ever." But I'm not like that. Probably they're just kind of getting easy views. But yeah, I don't know. Really, the excitement comes from their actual announcement and patch notes. That's where the fun begins. I don't really get teased very much by their teasers. Like I don't know. I'm just not sure what they would say that would like hype me up. To me, it's all like Templar will have orange pants next patch. It's like, oh, okay, cool. Next league we'll have tables. Wow, I like tables.
Stand down or die.
But yeah, I'm guessing they do the whole teaser stuff because it works for most people. I just don't really get it. Kripp LA, that's a good one. I need 900 for this one. Reroll rewards. Let's actually go ahead and do that. Do you think Last Epoch the cycle's a bit undermarketed? I don't really know the scale of their like operation. Like they're not gonna run fucking TV commercials with famous actors and commission like songs on Spotify. Like it's, you know, that's not gonna happen. Clearly. I also think that Last Epoch is still kind of in a stage of system changes. And I think that makes the content a little bit slow. It's maybe not something you think about because I think Diablo 4 is in that exact same stage.
stench of winter. Shatter. Do not stand in my way. Rise, my fallen champions. Aid me.
Stand down.
This is a mercy. Come, sons of Artor. Aid me.
I find that like every boss gaining ward is just kind of weird. Because ward in terms of the class design is a themed mechanic. I find it weird that every boss gets ward now. Red fizz, chill, cold. Ugh. Just thematically, I think it works relatively well as a mechanic. But thematically, it's kind of weird. What blessing am I going for? I think this one has armor, if I'm not mistaken. It has block and armor, but I'm not shield yet, so... Let's actually see what we rerolled, because I have a pretty wide exploration. Maces... Yeah, we can do that. How much move speed did this crab ring give? So swiftness is 10% movement speed and 0.1 per character level. So if you're level 100, it's 20 movement speed. They don't stack, and if you have 2 crab rings, the maximum amount of crabs you can summon is still 1. This is an outrage. I hope they come to their senses and give us 2 crabs. Seriously, this crab is dying in 1 hit to every single monster in Corruption 100. It wouldn't break the game if I could have 2 of them, okay? 100% increase in crabs will destroy servers. Good. Good. Let's see it. If you want, you can replace your dodge roll with a useful skill. I did. It's a crab. There it is. Crap. Useful. How does the new Harbinger mechanic feel? So the Harbingers like randomly come out after you kill the boss. And they're a little bit harder than the boss, but they're still really fucking easy. I've face tanked every single Harbinger mechanic on this character. And yeah, it's only Corruption 100, but like... basically, their damage is kind of in line with the rest of the mobs. And I kind of expected it to be higher. I also want to point out that on Lagon specifically, if it spawns the Harbinger, there's no room to kite. You literally just have to eat every hit. They're similar to Exile Mages in difficulty, perhaps. Well, Diablo 4 has the infinity scaling thing with the pit. I guess it doesn't scale infinitely, but effectively it does. How are people leveling fast? I feel like the levels have slowed down so much.
Stand down or die.
I guess they're crushing higher corruptions. Lavian 113, thank you. There's a double on a relic there. Solo on an idol, let's do that one. Some are grouped.
Stand down or die.
Yeah, maybe. I hate how slow it is at the start. Yeah. Void Knight gets pretty good movement speed. I hope it says it here. How much movement speed do I have? I don't see it. Thought it'd be an other. I don't see it. Oh, it's right there. 82. And then 118 with get what is it called? Volatile reversal up. Empyrean, 260 corruption, 2 pallies, 2 sorks. Oh, I see, okay. So they're doing like support characters. Oh boy. I guess they're used to that, right? That's kind of like what they do. There, a beetle and a crab. Official prize for first clear? I don't know. I'm still doing my first few clears for blessings. I guess the blessings aren't technically that important, so I should probably just focus on one and push like crazy. wave ones do feel like they take a little bit too long. Maxwell called it a D tier. For this build specifically, the Maxwell build is awful. It's so bad. Like, they get Anomaly, and then they don't put points into this. Void damage taken, 100%. Like, we get the skill, and we don't double our damage. Yeah, it's... Yeah, if you want to make it that way, it's probably is D tier. There's a lot of other mistakes too, but that one is like super glaring. Like, it's one thing to not use a skill, but it's another to like use a skill and then not use the good part of the skill. What are you doing? AI build? Maybe.
Stand down or die.
Oh, we got another belt. Is this one good? Damn. Double high tier, but that sucked. Good cast speed. Oh, it was on the bad one though. That's too bad. T7 cast speed. Maybe I save that. You don't get T7 cast speed every day. I'm like out of shattering.
Yes. Take care.
Do mana stacking Sork. Well, a lot of people say that build's gonna be really good, but you don't really get to do the mana stacking part until way later. You need like very specific items. Because it's like if you reduce the damage by half from your mana versus like 90% from your mana, it's like 5xing your survivability. And the good version of the build is the 90. So the intro to that build, I mean, it's probably still decent because they did buff Sork. It's probably still decent, but yeah, it's like much worse than what it will be later on. just want to loot my scepter, okay? Ooh, 18 singularity. Let's go. But yeah, I'm sure mana stacking Sark is gonna be good. It just doesn't start off very well, that's it.
Stand down or die.
I don't remember, but some of the items you need for the mana conversion are like a real pain to get. I don't remember how. I know one of them specifically is a real pain to get. It's been a while since we've seen that. Wow. They're fucking crazy. What the hell? Attunement though. Nice. That's probably better, even though we lose the vitality. Dodge, nice. Blind on hit. Okay, what about these? So attunement doesn't do a whole lot for me. But cooldown recovery does. I also don't have haste. So that thing just sucks. I also have a lot of armor percent. Yeah, the armor actually goes up, despite the fact that I lose strength. I don't need the cold resist. These should be pretty good. Yeah, these should be pretty good. 3. And I guess they're pretty easy. We just donk up some rolls. 30. Nothing even left to do. Yeah, the rolls are pretty good also. Just solid boots. Do I lose much health? Again? This is about 60 health. But the cooldown reduction is gonna be really big, yeah. And the reduced bonus damage from crits I think is gonna be huge. And not getting one-shotted. Okay. Remove attunement. Attunement buffs the damage and healing of my healing hands. So it's not completely useless, just mostly. Okay, that's the shit that was one-shotting me. I don't know what that belt is, I have to look at it again. What is this? Fire damage. Ooh, that has block chance on an iron glass. What's the base? Base is pretty bad. Life gained on block. 2 block. Nah, that's garbage. The chance that fixes itself is very low.
Stand down or die.
This is not exactly Diablo. Double idol there, that's nice. Hunger, what's that? Damn, that item looks pretty cool. I don't remember seeing that before. Should have done that thing. Both patrolling. Well, they're patrolling pretty far. Twin bleed sword. Is that what that is? Okay. I mean, it looks like a good weapon. It's probably a good choice. Got an egg. What are we egging though? Giga Bleed, Stormbreaker. What are we upgrading? I can try the OP Amulet. I probably won't use it, but I just don't have anything else. Let's do the Sigil Ring, that might be cool. Is that sword like rare or something? I don't remember seeing it. Or is it new? Maybe it's new. The passives from the quest should be in the lower left when you like tab, but that bugs out and like doesn't work sometimes, so good luck. I found relogging works if it doesn't show properly. cooldown feels nice. Press shift if it's hidden. Poison resist is not going to be useful. Monoliths have a huge variance in difficulty. Some of them are going to be super easy. Some are going to feel way easier than the campaign. But some others are not. One thing... Okay, so there's a bug where if there's a boss near you, you can't loot properly. And they have this new mechanic that, unfortunately, its timing is not the best. But, like, mini bosses spawn like crazy in your Echo. Like, I had like 15 mini bosses in one of them. Like 3 different types, everything. Like, fucking ridiculous. So when you have like 15 mini bosses, and if one is on your screen, it fucks up your looting. It's like pure hell. So yeah, there's a few of these that are really not good. You can't pick stuff up if there's like a boss nearby. Usually. Oh, we got anomaly. That can give Giga Leech. Okay. Okay, it's still going pretty well. So I think I'll do it. Endurance. Flip. Okay, we got health. Health is good. Good enough. Now we can do the other health? No. Where's the other health? Oh, there it is. Okay. 17. Oh my god. Oh, it's now at 0. Well. Yeah. It started off pretty well. It's a lot of armor though. 5% more armor. Has the same amount of damage. I mean, it's still an upgrade. It's just a really sad one. Yeah. Health, 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 health. Which one does more? That one does slightly more. And now, because I'm only 2 vitality short, 90 vitality. So now we have an active bonus for the void balls.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess we'll get a whole bunch of leech. Okay. So what's my armor at? 6,300. Okay. Around 7,000 is where it starts to be pretty meh. I'm getting a leech now, yes. I should be able to drop the leech, because I will have like a ton of leech now. I have like 4 and it gets like doubled, right? Or 1.5x. Yeah. We have way more than enough leech. I can drop the blessing. Oh, we're also crit immune now. Oh, we got a cuckoo. Those are cool. Yeah, resists don't work like they do in other games, so being a little bit under cap and resist is not that big a deal. Oh wow, that's 16. 16 is actually pretty premium. But this one might go even further. So in this game, with the way that it works is you have like minus 75 resist at level 100 basically. I forget the exact details. So right now I have 62 lightning. So I'm basically 13 off cap. I'm taking 13% more lightning damage, which is not that much. I can cap lightning if I swap out one of my vitality things, but the 90 vitality breakpoint is giving me void damage and some other crap from Devouring Orb that I would rather not give up right now. Yeah, it's not like PoE Diablo, where if you're a little bit under cap, it's like really bad. It's not like that. If you're a little bit under cap, it's like nothing. Like if you're 2 under cap, it's usually better to ignore it and just get like a life roll on something. That's kind of how it works here. What's the vit cap? Says there's no cap on vitality. There's just this one thing with Devouring Orb that gets doubled if you have 90 vitality. So global more void damage. These bonuses are doubled if you have at least 90 vitality. So I made my resist a little bit worse to get 2 vitality, but that gives me 10 more damage. That's still 14. This one might be better eventually. I think I'm gonna do this, do the boss, and call it for the night. If Karn is still on, I'll host Karn if you guys want to keep watching some Last Epoch and drops and all that. Karn and I bounced some ideas from like the leveling part of the build, and I shared him the endgame part. I think he almost played Void Knight, but ultimately went with Paladin. Paladin is just crazy broken in the first like 30, 40 levels or so. Just like crazy broken.
This is a mercy. Shatter. Behold, the rage of winter. Rise, my fallen champions. Aid me. This is a mercy. Shatter. Come, sons of Artor. Aid me.
You got the smite sword. The free damage and healing. Yeah, you just have to get the attack-based healing hands to make it chain.
I did what I must to protect my people.
Give me not garbage, please. Shred cold, shred fizz, channeling. God damn it, it gave me garbage again. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to be farming that a bit longer, I suppose. I'm at 3 envies. 5 envies will probably do it. But yeah, I think I'm good with that. I think I'm good with that.